welcome to Fandom Knight, the show that had absolutely no impact whatsoever on the main storyline. I'm your host, Reploid Bill William Bush. Let's introduce some co-hosts so we can talk about something terrible.
Shane McCree, Proto Guy.
Spencer Robertson, Kage.
Seth Lovell, and I'm going to have a cigarette.
And I'm the Broken.
Yeah,
I have one functional
Which
hand
one is
right
this,
now.
12?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm Jeremy, and I have an opinion.
The disembodied voice has a name.
Well, sweet. The disembodied voice can take my seat. I literally need to go have a smoke.
The first thing we do is pick a version.
There's
two.
Technically, the best version is the one that we didn't get. That's the Zodiac or International Zodiac job system, but none of us have played it. So
The PlayStation 2.
We have the crappy
So what
version.
version was that?
That was the international version on the PS2 that released everywhere but here.
Very international.
Yeah.
Like everywhere but here.
If you lived in Ethiopia, you could play that version of the game. But in America...
In America, we got stupid license system. How I wear a hat. Hat go on foot, right?
So I'm picking the PS2 version.
Yeah, let's go with that one because that's the one that I know, so...
Okay, PS2 version. First we see it.
Yeah.
Sorry if I sound somewhat cynical about this episode.
Bill is super excited.
I won this game in a bet.
I lost this game in a bet, which means I won.
It means I lost.
You lost terribly. No
And
matter
I
what
won.
happened, you won.
I
Because
won.
It was, if you win, you have to give him Final Fantasy 12. If you lose, you have to give him Final Fantasy 12. You're like, okay.
Hell, a win-win for me.
Bill didn't know what he was getting himself
Everybody's hating.
So we looked at it first, right?
into. No, all right. I will give it this. What they tricked me into thinking was going to be my main character was awesome.
That's storyline.
He was cool.
That's not about looks. That's storyline.
Yeah.
And then I saw the character I was going to be using the rest of the game.
That's still storyline.
I don't care.
And
I saw the character.
And he looked gay.
He was
yeah.
terrible.
That we can... Okay, the first thing is graphics.
It stapled
It
what
was
they've been
PS2
doing for a
graphics,
long
but it was
time.
late PS2 graphics, so it didn't look horrible for the most part.
talking about the way he dressed, or lack thereof.
We're not there
perhaps.
yet.
No.
Costumes is the next part of seeing it.
The
Step one is graphics.
The actual graphics of the game.
It was
Were not
slightly
bad.
better than
No.
Final Fantasy XI, which is
They
what the
weren't-
entire game was based
It wasn't
around.
terrible. The game did look decent. I mean, like Nick said, you're talking mid to end PlayStation 2. Since the game came out in 06. So, yeah. So, like, about mid-ish range, I believe.
Okay, so far, in terms of graphic design, this game did look appeasing.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Jeremy, we are on costumes.
What
One character at a time.
Let's start with Vaughn.
Let's start with Vaughn.
Let's not talk about Vaughn. Let's
start-
never mention his name ever again.
The
Well, because
first
we're covering
costume-
the game he's in, we kind of have to.
The first
we can just
costume we
ignore
talk
him,
about
though.
is Vaughn.
So let me explain something. A lot of people hated on how Squall looked with his fuzzy coat on.
Hey, you leave his
No,
badass
no,
leather
no.
jacket with fur on it alone, damn it. That
Jacket
was me.
was faggot.
No,
compared
Vaughn.
compared to
Vaughn
Vaughn.
wore was
Compared to
faggot.
Vaughn. No, compared to Vaughn.
Okay, whatever. I still think they're both kind of gay. One's wearing a faggot-ass belly shirt,
Vaughn
leather
wore a
jacket.
sports bra. Let's
Yeah.
be
No,
real.
Yeah,
all
be
right?
real.
He
He
wore
wore
a
a sports
vest.
bra vest.
He wore a vest.
And I'd rather wear
It
what
was a
Squall
gay
was
vest.
wearing.
It was a gay vest, but at the very least, had he taken his gay vest off, he wouldn't have had a nice frilly shirt looking all gay, too. With his really tight fucking leather pants with 3 belts.
Yeah,
Hey, dude, that was... Alright, that was the weird time of Square when belts meant everything, all right?
The
Now
Okay,
the zippers.
if we want to talk about belts, Lulu's entire fucking dress was made out of belts, okay? So,
You know what? And we do not complain about that. Ever.
That's because we never looked at those.
Exactly. We were too busy with awesome PS2 physics engine at that point.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this guy was showing more skin than Titus.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Yes, he was definitely.
Vaughn showed more skin in this game than most of the female characters you got in your
I
party.
have to say, as much as
Yeah.
I dislike and think that his costume looks stupid, Final Fantasy is famous for terrible ass costumes, Steiner.
Hey,
Chainmail
All right,
shorts
no. Steiner still has a better costume design than Vaughn.
No,
Dude,
Yes.
Why
No.
why won't you let that go?
I won't.
Chainmail shorts were in that
Chainmail
year.
shorts.
Look, if I had to
No,
choose...
No, they were not chainmail shorts. Those were plate mail shorts.
If I had
Yeah,
to
they
Get it
choose...
were-
right.
They were plate mail shorts.
If
That
I
made
had-
it so much better.
If I had to
Actually did.
choose between a boiler cooker on my nuts and Vaughn's fucking shorts, I'm taking Vaughn's shorts. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If I had to choose between Steiner's fucking bucket helmet and fucking Vaughn's vest, I'll take the
Or
vest.
actually, when I think about it, his costume is awfully similar to another character. He was just in 16-bit, so we didn't care as much. But Locke pretty much wears the same fucking thing.
And nobody cares about Locke,
Yeah.
so it's...
He wears a faggot-ass bandana with this little gay vest that barely covers his nipples.
And you know what else? If you play your cards right, Vaughn can actually steal stuff. So he's got that going for him over Locke. Just saying.
Bill, that was a terrible comparison. You used to pick one shitty character for another shitty character.
Let's compare diarrhea to fucking vomit. It's a good comparison.
So yeah, that was terrible.
One just comes out the mouth. That's the
So,
difference.
and look, I'm sorry.
It depends.
I
what
still
you're
have
into.
to bring her up.
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy VIII Selfie. You can hate all you want on this dude's gay outfit, and it is gay,
Yes.
but at least he doesn't quite look
By the way,
3
not
years old.
not in the derogatory sense of the word gay. You gotta mention that.
Because Selfie literally wears one of those onesie dresses
Mhm.
that you buy your fucking 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Except she's wearing it while she's like 19.
Look, just because she raided your daughter's closet doesn't mean. All right. Maybe your parents were poor and they were like, you know what?
I'm just-
make it fucking
She
work.
was an orphan.
I'm just saying.
There you go.
In terms
She got
of
a weird
Final,
hand-me-down.
in terms of Final Fantasy, there's always one character in each game that has
Has a
a
terrible
really
outfit.
stupid fucking outfit.
And sometimes
I'll give you that.
multiple.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
And this guy wins the motherfucking prize this time.
Oh yeah, by far.
So
And because of this conversation, let me just say, give me that book.
there you go.
Give me that book. Because I'm going to add something to this book now.
Okay.
Are we gonna do a worst costumes and?
Yes, we will later on.
Jesus.
Vaughn wins.
No.
Vaughn wins, damn it!
Locke wins.
Alright, yeah, well, no, Locke wins the most useless character.
Locke wins worst costume because he wears faggoty bandana.
We
on
just
top
added
of
to the
faggoty
legacy
costume.
worst costumes of Final Fantasy.
Can we add the best costumes in too?
I guess we can do that.
We
will
probably
be,
should.
we will be purposely going through the entire legacy
Brian wins.
one game, and we will choose the worst costume
Well-
of each Final Fantasy, and then
Wait,
we'll pick a winner.
does that mean we still have to? Does that mean we still have to go back and do a ugliest Final Fantasy girl and include that since we did that before?
When did we do that before? Well, I never
The
talked
original,
ugly
the
girls.
original run of the Final Fantasy Legacy, you guys started arguing. All of a sudden, you're like, ugliest Final Fantasy girl, ugliest Final Fantasy girl. Fuck this.
No, that's not what that was
My
about.
vote goes to Squall.
That was about Selfie. And
Yeah.
I said that Selfie was ugly, and this guy here took offense and was like, fuck that, dude. Yuffie looks like a boy, and you're okay with that. And then I had to think about it, and I was like, that little girl did look like a boy, didn't she?
But she didn't wear a fucking preemie dress, I'm just saying.
That is true.
There's pros and cons,
Anyway,
man.
Next character, please.
Pinello.
No, my God.
Does anybody remember what Pinello wore?
Yeah, I'm getting an image, sort of.
Image not found, 404.
Eric 404, terrible game not found.
Pinello was wearing the most vanilla fucking costume they could have put on a female character
With pigtails.
with pigtails.
Okay.
Can't forget the pigtails.
Flat-chested girl with pigtails. Here's your second party member.
Pippi
Enjoy.
Longstocking, go!
She had that weird one-piece short shorts.
Yeah, she was wearing like a
Thing.
selfie outfit, but she had shorts instead of a skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now.
And she was like, I don't know if she was supposed to be a little
Terrible
girl,
even.
but she certainly looked like it.
She wasn't.
She's supposed to be the same age as Vaughn.
It's
isn't
kind of
she?
like when you watch the original
What are
90s
they, like,
X-Men
15?
and you go down into the sewers and there's the Morlocks.
I would've guessed
and the
16
leader of the
at
Morlocks looks like a man because they forgot to give her boobs.
Yeah.
It's important in video games. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist, but if the character doesn't have a set, sometimes you gotta question age or sex.
But they did us a solid with Pinello and they gave her pigtails, so you could kind of assume that it was a chick.
Right. at
Coming
least there
from
was some-
Square, I guess it could have been a dude, but
Yeah.
you
That's
know.
it. There, you just fucking ran your own problem. Could have been a dude from Square.
So Pinello, whatever. Let's move on to the next person.
Let's move on to the character
Let's
that
move
actually
on
was
to the
cool.
real main character of the story, Balthier.
Let's go to Balthier.
I think there were
That
two
dude looked
actual
awesome.
main characters.
Balthier is what made for at least the cast, what made the cast tolerable.
He looks okay. I'm all right with his design. I can't hate on the guy.
He looks like a sky pirate.
Yeah.
I thought for.
He kind of looked like a noble the first time
I was
you
gonna
met
say
him.
I
and
thought
then
he
you're
looked
like,
aristocratic or something. I didn't think he looked all fucking
Well,
pirated out.
and then he's like, oh, by the
Honestly,
way,
if anything, you could have probably compared
I'm
him
a
to
pirate.
Setzer.
Yeah.
He kind of had that sophisticated piratey look.
And Setzer was
Setzer
cool.
was, for all intents and purposes, a gambling pirate guy.
Setzer almost wore the same outfit as like Symphony of the Night's Alucard, but he had a trench coat over it.
Well, instead of the
yeah.
long jacket, it was just a trench coat. But yeah.
That's exactly what he just said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, no,
Anywho.
you said the exact outfit
So-
just with the trench coat over it.
Balthier actually gets a good review for his outfit because he didn't look like ass.
Let's move on.
Balthier was my first favorite character in this game. My second favorite character in this
Fran.
game was Fran. Let's talk about the outfit that she wasn't wearing.
Holy
Because
shit!
You want to
Fran.
talk about a bunny-eared weird lady with no clothes on? Fran was wearing the skimpiest bikini-style outfit I think they could get away with.
The only animal lady wearing less than Fran that I can think of off the top of my head is Felicia from Darkstalkers.
Yes.
Because she's naked.
Yes. Kinda naked. So
So Fran gets a thumbs up.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
He can't even argue.
Look!
I win.
Okay, I just...
Okay.
He thought of something that he had to put in the spank bank for a second.
Listen.
Gonna
For
be
some
searching
reason-
the internet later.
For some reason, I'm okay with it when it comes from, like, Fran. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm not okay with it when it comes from, like, Renoa. When Renoa looks like a fucking street whore, I think she looks like a fucking street whore.
She
She's
looks
not-
like a French
she's
whore.
she's not attractive to me at all. And then
but
for some reason you go to the other
difference
person
is
and
you've got Renoa, who was, for all intents and purposes, supposed to look human, right? Fran is obviously not a human.
I
I
can't
don't
remember
know.
what a race is called, actually.
They're Vera?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it's very
maybe that's
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that I don't know. For some reason
The thing that okay, sidetrack here real quick. 12 took we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, next character, Bosch. You guys remember him?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
The
I
night captain or whatever.
Yeah, he had long hair.
Yep. I remember.
Kind of looked like the guy from Thor.
You mean Thor?
No. The actor that plays Thor, not Thor himself.
Kirk's dad?
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
Kirk's
was Kirk's dad.
Kirk's
wasn't
dad,
it?
yeah.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, that guy. Bosch didn't look bad.
No,
His costume was appropriate for his role in the story, I guess. He wore some armory stuff, and he was a knight guy.
He's a knight, so
All right.
This guy here.
So I approve.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah, that looks sweet. Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah.
minute.
Yep.
that guy.
Yep.
That guy.
I'm more than fine with
So let's
that.
move
that's,
on.
That's an all right
Let's
outfit.
move on to Ash,
I like her.
the princess.
I like her.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think she was. I think
This
fine-
is how bad this game is. We
No,
are trying to
let
block
me-
No,
as
I
much out
really
as-
like Ash because it's not often that you get like the female character that is usually it's like she's a sex appeal and that's all she's really there for, or she's way too fucking cutesy, or she's like so extremely dependent on she loves the main character, or she's the focus of somebody's fucking turmoil.
Or she's got to fucking whine and be mute half the fucking game when she's your summoner. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. So most of the time, like the women characters are kind of super extreme cliches, and I really liked that she was different. She was independent. She was intelligent.
Yes.
She had an actual purpose. She was important to the story, and she was strong-willed and meant something.
Beatrice. Anyway.
It was interesting to see a female character
It's
that
just
was
sad you
actually
never
a
got
good
to keep
character.
her.
Yes,
She was a beast.
that would have
She
been
was
fantastic.
General Leo.
Beatrice would have been awesome as
I'd taken
permanent
Steiner.
party
I would have
addition.
taken Steiner out of my party.
I would have taken
You would've
anybody
kept,
out
no,
of
you
my
would have
party.
kept Steiner in your party for the simple fact of those two work damn well together.
Now, that being said, about what I just laid down there, let me also point out that because I am of the male anatomy, she had quite the ass. And every
Gotta add
time,
that in.
every time you select and start the game, the camera always starts right there.
On the butt.
Every time when you select your character. So when you're running around, that's
Hence
nice
why-
too.
Hence why Shane played most of the game with Balthier as his main character. Anyway.
That's my favorite character.
So you've seen a whole lot of both their ass, huh?
I personally controlled Fran most of the game, so
So who knows? He was looking at some bunny tail.
bunny butt. I liked it. Lisa didn't care for it so much, but I liked it. Who else we got?
I don't remember anybody else. That's the problem.
That's your whole cast, so that's good.
No, I don't know if that's the whole cast. That's the thing. I don't remember.
Pretty sure there's more people.
I think so. The game was so bad that I don't remember
I
anybody else.
blocked out as much of that game as I No, actually, there is one other character.
to the interwebs.
The actual main character of the game, the power button. That is the sexiest fucking character in this entire game, that power button.
See, he's gonna dog this game the whole time, and this fucking guy right here beat it.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it because the game sucks a dick.
I had to restart
You
it
didn't beat it because the game sucks
I
a
had
dick.
to restart it 3 times to beat it, though. Because
beat
every
it.
single time I put
Okay.
it down for a couple weeks...
I ran into
Yeah.
a turtle.
Okay. This guy...
Oh, you ran into a turtle!
This guy is going to tell you about how bad the game is, but he was willing to start the game over 3 fucking times to finish it.
Because I have said I'm going to beat every single numbered Final Fantasy, which I haven't because of 11. That has fucked me.
Beat that?
Yes, technically there is an end to the actual storyline.
When you
It's the
play
same
the
thing with
game,
14.
when you play the game through 3
Oh,
times...
technically I've already beat 14. I hit level 50. I beat it. It's done.
When games suck ass,
Yeah.
Those are
Like-
all of your playable characters for your party.
like,
There are guests later, but
Oh, so
we don't count guests.
Okay, we just named the entire cast.
okay, good.
6 people.
We have just made it through the look of the game. So is this a plus, a negative? What are you guys thinking here?
I give it a plus just for that costume alone.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So smoking hot, it's stupid.
It was ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Like for
It's
some
still
reason,
not worth
for
playing
some
the game.
reason, I have no issue with her looking like that. But I'm
It's
telling
because she's not human. That's the whole thing. I'm telling you, that's why it is. Because
you, I don't know.
if fucking Pinello dressed like that in her fucking
See,
knee
I don't
boots
like that. Oh my
and
god.
fucking onesie and weird wing
Show
shoulder
her
pads.
Pinello.
Yeah.
It's a terrible costume. T-E-R-B-L, turtle.
She literally grabs the phone, looks at it, and her immediate response was,
What?
Where's Michelle?
Shelly!
Tiny woman.
The hairdo alone is stupid.
Look at this costume. I want to know how great it is. That's
Fantastico.
Pinello.
Looks like something from Mad Max and Thunderdome.
Now show her Fran.
Is this better, Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, even the girls in the
And
room agree.
And that's all we get is a...
Fran looks better than Pinello did.
Well,
Much
yeah.
better.
There's something about the design that I'm okay with, but
Now-
like I said, when Renoa looks like a streetwalker,
Real
I'm not
quick.
okay with it.
Real quick, because I did say I beat the game. Nick beat the game and he hated it. Jeremy ran into a turtle. You guys fucking couldn't make it through it.
Oh, it's
I'm
okay.
gonna say this and
First-
I'm gonna get ridiculed the rest of the podcast. I halfway enjoyed this game. So go
You
ahead,
may only get that from Nick, though.
Next we hear it.
lay it on to me.
Next we hear it.
No, we don't.
Didn't remember. Don't remember.
Do you want to know how much I have blocked out this game? I'm the music guy. I know there was at least 2 songs in this game that I probably enjoyed, but I have blocked this game out of my freaking thought process so hard the soundtrack eludes me.
I have to say that simply because
Ah! Ah! My eyes! Ah!
because I have no complaint about the music, I can't say it was probably terrible.
But you also can't tell me that it was great,
It
or
was...
even point out a single soundtrack, which makes me feel like the soundtrack to this game is a flop. Even bad games like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, once you've heard the music, you're like, holy shit, that's a good soundtrack.
Yeah. Mystic Quest actually did have
Yeah.
a pretty decent soundtrack. Granted, the towns pretty much all had the same
If you
song,
can't
but-
remember
yeah.
any of the music in a game, the music was bad.
I
I
really
don't remember a single track.
Do-
from
all
the
right,
Guess
game.
all right.
what? Music failed.
Do you want to know what the worst part is? I don't remember 90% of the bosses. I don't remember
You
a lot of
played
stuff.
3 times!
Yeah. This was also years back when I was stupid enough to buy the collector's edition.
You weren't the only fucking one.
But no, it gets better though. You want to know what I do remember? Oh, all right,
Final
yeah, that one.
Fantasy 12 main theme.
All right, I do remember this.
You know why you don't remember this? Because it sounds like they ripped it from George Lucas, and it should have been in a Star Wars movie.
No, I remember that because
Oh!
that's the original.
That is the only thing now
that's
that is
the original
clicking.
prelude, basically, with the little boost. That's
You-
why I
That's not the
remember it.
original prelude.
YouTube says,
Not the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's the original opening song.
YouTube says that is Final Fantasy 12's main theme on the channel you've been looking for. Wasn't okay. I guess I was looking for it. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah!
So what comes after shitty soundtracks?
Well,
Now we play the game.
okay, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. The battle system was one of the biggest flaws in this fucking game.
Yeah, I had difficulty.
Do you want to know why?
adjusting?
It was Final Fantasy 11 single player. Fuck you. Fuck
Now,
you
from-
and your couch.
From somebody who didn't
You leave
play
that couch out
Final
of it.
Fantasy 11,
It was
I'm
probably
gonna
good
get-
for you.
I'm gonna get ridiculed for this again. I didn't hate the battle system either. Everybody hates on this game as hard as they do. I didn't hate this game. I'm not gonna say it was my favorite Final Fantasy game ever because
It should never be.
I'm waiting, mysterious voice guy.
No, I was gonna wait till he was done.
Okay.
how did you feel about the battle system?
I feel like I
Disembodied
was
voice?
level 4 running from a giant fucking dinosaur who wanted to eat my ass.
Well, yeah, everybody was level 4.
Oh, the
running from giant
Tyrannosaurus.
dinosaur.
Okay, the
They're
best
roaming.
part about this guy.
They are roaming all over the field. Enjoy.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. You walk into the first area where you can actually do combat with your stupid, crappy characters of Vaughn and Pinello. You're like, let us go forth and do a hunt to kill some killer tomatoes. Yeah. You go down. You're like, oh, the tomatoes are over that way.
I
Ooh,
like that show.
some
Attack of the Killer Tomato.
some wolves. We can kill us some wolves too. And suddenly there's a giant T-Rex who goes, your party's dead.
I
And
made
you go,
it a point to come back later in the game and kill that motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Oh,
See,
yes.
you made it a point to come back
Absolutely.
later. I spent 20 hours, or no, not 20 hours.
Jesus Christ, T-Rex gotta die.
I spent a long time grinding, and I got Vaughn and Pinello both their first limit break things.
See, you make no goddamn
And then
sense.
I went and
You're
killed
like,
that
you're like,
thing.
I hate this motherfucking game. I hate everything about this
But
game. I
I
fucking level grinded for 19 hours just so I could beat up a T-Rex and then reset the game 3 fucking times so I could beat it.
No,
Your
I had to
opinions-
reset it because I kept getting lost. For one reason. I would say, alright, you know what? I'm done with this. And I'd set the game down for a couple weeks.
That's
And then
not
I'd
why
come
you
back.
got lost.
And I was like, where the fuck am I?
That's not why you got
In
lost.
Final
Where
Fantasy
am I?
12.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's like. I'm playing 12. Where am I? And I talk to people. It's like, where am I?
Wasn't
What do
12
I do?
somewhat linear like the other games that had come around
No.
at this point?
No.
No.
12 was the last of the
I
actual
only made it
free
through the
roams.
first city,
Okay, that's why you
so
would
I don't
understand.
know that.
There is a lot of places that you can just fucking wander into.
Yeah,
in that game.
it's got the open world still.
So apparently Shane made it through the first city. He got
Yeah,
a
this
little
is-
farther than you.
This
did.
was not my game.
Dude,
I
I
played the first city and I turned the fucking thing
Dude,
off.
I got-
and I never.
I
played
barely
it
got
since.
farther than
What
you.
really irritated me about this game,
I sat in
because we're
line.
playing it, and this
At the
technically
midnight?
still counts as playing it, is sitting there and grinding LP. So that way my character can learn how to wear a fucking hat. A hat!
I made
Because
it through
apparently
quite a few
I don't
cities.
know how to put a hat on.
I made
Oh,
it through quite a few cities.
You mean the hat doesn't go on the elbow?
No, the hat goes on the foot,
But I
damn
have
it.
to agree, the free roaming aspect was terrible. Now, this is coming from someone whose favorite game was 10. Okay?
10 was a
10
fantastic
Free roaming
But-
doesn't just simply work because it's free roaming.
Right.
That's not, you still need fucking direction and the ability to explore. Free roaming works in an idea like Bravely Default. I've brought it back! Bravely Default
I
works
fucking
well in
love that
terms of
game.
free roaming because while there are many places to go and you do have a destination, the world is open to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, certain parts are locked until you get vehicles, but
Oh well. Obviously.
even then, you can still go exploring for the most part.
Right.
Except when they tell you, you shouldn't come here yet.
No, I'm gonna go there.
But that was more of like there's a reason why they did that. It's because that was storyline related.
But I almost enjoyed the fact that 10 held your hand through the entire game once I played 12.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
not
you
not.
should play 13.
I have it. I haven't
That's
played
a
it yet.
handheld experience.
There's
Fucking-
an arrow. Go to it.
Final Fantasy 13 ties a string to your dick and pulls you through the story. Come on, buddy!
See, and
The
here's
entire
the thing.
game is
I'm gonna
HoloLens.
get ridiculed because I
Oh.
actually did enjoy 13.
Literally. You start here, there's a dot there, it's a straight fucking line.
But it was
go
mainly
to
because
it.
of the level up system.
No,
You
it
know
wasn't. It wasn't a straight
The
line. It was
Crystarium?
like the programmers
The
got a little
Crystarium?
drunk
I
and were like,
We're not there yet.
oh
No.
crap!
You know,
this is
hey,
actually
you wanna-
wow.
We'll get there.
Right.
Yeah,
Right
We'll,
now,
we'll get
we
to
still-
the good games. We gotta get through this turd.
Right now, we have to talk about the licensing system that
Okay,
Nick brought up.
let me talk before everybody starts throwing fucking fireballs into this, okay?
Spencer is the only saving light for this
I
game.
need a savior for this game
Let me
because
speak,
somebody's
okay?
got to speak something real here.
Jeremy, why did you like the sphere grid in 10 so much? Because anybody could do anything you wanted them to.
That's right.
The licensing system was the same
No,
way.
it wasn't. I will put my fucking foot down on this right before.
Why?
You take a limit break for Vaughn, right? You work your ass over there to get that. It's locked for everybody else. Fuck you.
What?
But
Go
you
on
didn't-
to the next.
But you
gotta
didn't
go
have
find the
to
other
go
one.
there with Vaughn. You could have gone there with somebody else.
Yes.
Fuck you.
But it
So-
locks it for everybody.
Okay, but anybody can get it. Whoever gets there first
I'm
gets
sorry, that
it.
is.
So
Your
so
summons,
it forces.
same way.
So what? Yeah, but you're
why
saying,
would you want 6 different people each having summons when you could just
Because
have
if-
one person for your magic and they're the one that's using your summons so they're stronger?
So
but you've got
basically,
Bosch.
it forces you to create a diverse team, but at the same
Right.
time, you can make anybody whatever you want them to be
yes.
in that diversity.
Oh, and
So-
always one character will never have all three of their limit breaks because there's not enough on the grid. So one of your party members is absolutely worthless to you the entire game.
Okay,
Better pick.
Did you use all 6
Why
of the
would
people
they
you had a
automatically
choice
be
to?
worthless?
Because they don't have their 3rd tier limit break, and that is usually
I'm gonna tell
the
you
best
right
one
now,
to utilize.
once
I never have all my level 4 limit breaks when I fucking play Final Fantasy VII, but that doesn't mean that fucking...
My team that I always use has all 4 of theirs.
And I'm very
But
proud that you have that much
you-
time to waste on a single game when I have
do.
a WoL to play, but I'm telling you, that doesn't
See,
automatically
I
make
wanna,
your character useless.
I want to throw this out here real quick. You play the game for the story.
Yes. Yes.
You play the game to level grind until your fucking dick falls off.
No,
So-
I usually play games just.
What level was your party when you fought Sephiroth?
99.
What, the first
Remember
time?
before he left Midgar?
First time I played it, 99. Look, but that.
Before
That was-
Midgar!
Yeah.
That is level grinding to an extreme. Okay, my wife got to the end of the world on Final Fantasy VII. I watched her play this whole game. She was like in her 80s right before the fight against Sephiroth. She went down to a little fucking island inhabited by giant fucking bugs or some shit.
Oh,
And
I remember that place.
Level ground on Bug
You
Island.
didn't need that place. You were
To get-
already level
to
99.
get-
No, I was meaning the subsequent playthrough.
Oh.
She level ground.
That was my first time. I've never done that
Because-
again.
She did that because she couldn't fucking get a chocobo to get her to Knights of the Round. Couldn't do it. Bread and bread and bread. Never fucking got the chocobo she needed. Didn't have Knights of the Round. She said, well, I'm going in at level fucking 99. She leveled all of her party up to 99. Fucking turned on the PlayStation like a year and a half later. Goes to late save file. Save data corrupted. Fuck your fucking 63 hours in this game. Eat a dick. She was pissed. Never beat Sephiroth. But
I have beat Sephiroth at level 57, though.
I remember in Final Fantasy VII, every time I saved 3 times.
Just
every
in
time.
case.
There was some sort of weird glitch in the game that caused you to lose your save data.
I never ran into that.
It happened to me at least 12 times.
But I did beat 50% of Sephiroth.
That's the
You
reason.
only defeated half of him.
His second form.
did you cut his leg off?
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
You killed Bizarro, but you couldn't kill Safer.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually the reason that
Safer
game,
Sephiroth
like,
can be a pain in the ass if you don't have your party set up right.
it corrupted my stuff
I
one time.
remember my team.
I was about 17 hours in. I started over and saved 3 files. And by the time I reached the end of the game, I would normally start the first file. It would be corrupted. So I would go to the next. Corrupted. I would go to the third. It would work. I would resave immediately.
Yep. So, back to the original point of the license system. I see where you're going with the one character won't have all of their limit breaks because you don't have enough spots on the title board. Honestly, though, did you ever use all 6 people once you had the choice to choose your party? Because I didn't. I had 3 set people I fucking wanted to use, and that's who I used the whole game.
I cycled through people.
I couldn't fucking do that because I didn't want to look at Pinello. So,
See, once ago, what? I don't understand. You confused the shit out of me. In Final Fantasy X, you will only use 3 people, but in 12, you cycle through the entire fucking roster?
Yeah.
my party in 12, when I beat the game,
There was no good choices.
my party
They all sucked.
My party at the end of 12, when I beat the game,
You make them who they are. You suck.
my party when I beat the game was Vaughn, Balthier, and Fran. Okay? So, I said, I'm going to use these 3 people. Pinello, fuck off. Bosch, fuck off. Ash, fuck off. These are my people. This is what I'm doing.
I kept Ash around as much as I could, though.
You know what Vaughn did? Vaughn stood in the back and healed people because he couldn't hit worth a fucking shit because that's the way I built his license board. Enjoy fucking boy and vest healing you. Fucking,
You know, this is why we should do video podcasts sometimes.
fucking, you got fucking Vaughn back there in his armored hip boots and his vest fucking looking like something from Chippendales meets fucking medieval times, throwing cure spells at you, and
At least
Fran's-
it wasn't Chris Farley Chippendale.
Fucking-
Actually, that would have been better.
the thing that I did with that game is I had Vaughn did magic, Fran did range attacks, and for some reason, Balthier became my melee character, even though he starts in the ranged part of the... That was a pain in the dick, to move all the way across the board for melee stuff for Balthier, but I did it! I beat this game twice. The second time I beat it, I used an action replay, and I fucking had everything for everybody. And I said, fuck this game, I'm gonna beat it however the hell I feel like. Let me tell you something.
Giving you problems.
Starting the game with the ultimate weapon in that game makes everything so much easier.
What, the Zodiac spear?
Yes.
Or spear?
Because the first time you play through 12, you are not getting the Zodiac spear. I guarantee fucking
No,
it
because
unless you're
if you
using a book.
even touch the chests, there's 12 specific chests, even if you touch them, not even open them, if you nudge them with a pixel of your toe, you lose out on the Zodiac spear.
And the chests aren't marked in any way.
No.
Yeah, I heard
There's
about
one
that.
that's pretty much in your way, and you have to magically dodge around it.
And if you
Graze
touch
it.
any of these chests,
The
no
Zodiac
Zodiac
spear
spear
goes
for
bye-bye.
you.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think of that, Shane?
It is the stupidest fucking mechanic ever.
No comment.
You want to know what I think about that? I would rather do that than play fucking Blitzball. Anyway, so...
No. Do you want to know what I would rather do?
Oh, no!
Now you went there.
Oh,
Look,
Oh,
I'm all about mini games.
this shit just got real.
It got real.
I'm all about mini games
Underwater soccer,
in
though.
my games, okay?
Oh,
But
I'm sorry, football soccer.
underwater fucking
like
basket
underwater-
weaving would have been better, okay? I would have rather stacked fucking marbles in the pool than played fucking Blitzball, alright?
Ow! Oh god, that hurts. Laughing hurts right now.
I'm gonna take a stab here and say that you just suck at sports.
I fucking suck at Blitzball, and I will admit it, and I did not take the time to try to get better.
All you need is jet shot and then jet shot.
And you know what's awesome about that?
Ooh.
When I played it the first time and that cutscene came up with fucking Titus trying to do the jet shot on the boat, and I fucked it up and you don't get a chance to get it again,
That's it.
fuck Blitzball, eat a dick.
Your only opportunity.
When I failed it, I just restarted.
I didn't know how important it was going to be, though. I didn't have a guide.
I talked to Shane the first time he fucked it up, and he got to where you could actually play the game, and he saw that his brother had the jet shot and he didn't. He reset the whole game and gave the controller to his brother so he could get the jet shot.
Sometimes you got to have a sibling that can do that for you.
My brother has helped me out quite a few times on certain games that I struggled with.
But
He was
Now,
always
I
there.
believe you did it yourself this last time on the HD one, right? You got the jet shot?
No, no.
He skipped
No
it.
way!
He skipped it.
No
Anyway.
way!
I had the sphere shot.
I'm sorry, how hard is it to hit like up, down, R2?
I didn't get the
It's
jet
really
shot.
hard.
Apparently.
I didn't get the jet shot, so they're like, I'm trying to play this ass mini game without the fucking jet shot, okay? So I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I need fucking help with this because I wanted fucking Waka's final weapon because Waka spent a lot of fucking time in my party. So I'm like, okay, fucking internets, because no smartphone then. So I'm fucking looking it up and it's like, if you don't have the jet shot, Blitzball's 6 times harder than it should be. I'm like, fuck Blitzball. Waka can use a different ball than the fucking pointy one at the end.
I will say, though, I didn't have the sphere shot in one of my playthroughs. The jet shot, sorry. The
I was
sphere
about to
shot.
say, sphere shot, you start off
Yeah,
Start with that.
you
with.
know,
It's like, I didn't start off with it.
That
I
would
sucked
be
that
awesome.
bad.
His teeth
You have
had Down
absolutely
syndrome.
no chance to
I'm
kick a
playing
goal.
Blitzball.
I did.
I don't know how to kick it.
In one of my playthroughs, I did not get the jet shot. But I spent
My shoes have
hours
Velcro.
playing Blitzball, alright? I'm not going to lie to you. I did what Nick does with bad games, and I put it in Blitzball.
So you did what Nick does with bad games and did it in a bad mini game.
Awesome!
Fucking sweet. You took yourself, you subtracted all that time you could have been playing the good part of the game and played shitty Blitzball. You played Shitsball for how many hours, Shane? How many hours did you sink into Shitsball?
No, dude, you just went there now.
I did go there, and I
Okay,
want an
because
answer.
you suck at it does not mean it's bad. Because you're terrible at a mini game doesn't mean it's bad. Because you suck at
Hold up!
flying
Stop your
does
argument!
not mean it's bad!
Hold up! Stop your argument, alright? How many games have we been playing that you lose once, and you go, this game fucking sucks, I'm never playing this again?
We're not talking about that!
You just brought it up!
We are freaking
Anyway,
I'm just waiting for a neighbor to kick down the door. Just
anyway,
shit.
okay, back to 12.
Alright, I'm looking at the
Spikes on
and it's just like
Spikes
blocks
so
of
hard.
red. It's seriously just a block of red.
Alright, anyway,
It was awesome.
now that that's done,
Blitzball was awesome.
you guys
Oh,
can
God.
think your shitsball was great.
I know it was great.
I know.
Back to
I
12.
put like 40 hours into
Alright.
Blitzball alone.
I don't even
I'm
remember.
sorry.
Oh wait, and by
I'm
the way,
not.
the reason why
I
I throw
have
so much
Walker's
time,
ball.
the reason why I throw so much time into bad games is because I'm so pissed off and I just want to beat it. Is that way I never have to
Right.
look at it again.
Because
That's why.
I don't know how many hours I put into Blitzball, but I will tell you that
I'm
without
trying
the
to bring
jet
12
shot,
back, but we got
I
back
played
on
enough
the
of it
10.
to where I was good without it.
Okay,
I don't even use
we
it.
already
I don't-
did the
I
10
need it.
talk.
So
We're on 12.
12. We're on
gotta-
a shitty game.
Because we're on 40. We're on 40 minutes now, and I think we spent about 20 on 12.
Okay.
Holy poop.
I
Okay.
could swim all the way to my goal, kick the ball without jet shot, and make it.
Okay, anyways.
Good for you.
Where were we at? We were at
Licenses.
gameplay still,
Let me
right?
explain the
We're on
licenses.
gameplay.
Here's why we got off track, because 12
Licenses
is
suck.
terrible. I didn't get far enough into the game to give two shits about the fucking license. So,
You
no one
probably
cares.
didn't get very far if you didn't deal with the license system. That's probably why you didn't get very far, because your people were slapping enemies.
So you and me really have nothing to say here.
It was Final
Gameplay-wise-
Fantasy 11 Lite.
There's my only issue that I have with it is that I didn't like Final Fantasy 11. Now hold on, internet, calm your ass down.
You also didn't
The reason
play
I
it.
don't like 11 is because it has the number 11 in it. That's it. It's my only reason.
They could have called. They could have just
They
called
should
it
have
Final
called it
Fantasy Online.
And I would have never had an issue with it. But for some reason, when you give it a number, that's like if you played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then they announced Metal Gear Solid 6,
And it's an MMO.
and it's actually Portable Ops. The only online version.
Delicious.
And that's the only way you could play it is online. And it got the number 6. Now you go out and buy it.
well, assuming we
Kind of
have
like how,
internet
remember
now.
when you bought Portable Ops Plus, Shane? And it didn't warn you? You remember how fun that was to play? Remember your experience with that game?
That's $20 I will never get back.
Anyway,
Yes.
That's Final Fantasy 11 for me.
Final Fantasy did it again.
with 14, but
14
14 is actually a lot of fun.
Regardless of it being fun,
But it still
I
should have
can't-
been Final Fantasy Online 2.
I can't play Final Fantasy 14 because I can't afford to pay $15 a month.
You could have just
to play
called it A Realm Reborn and just left the number out.
They
Still
should have.
would have been fine.
Well, no, because they initially had Final Fantasy 14, and the game was so bad it tanked, then they rebuilt it. And
They
then
still
it became
coulda got
Final
rid of the
Fantasy
14.
14, A Realm Reborn.
That's my only real issue, and it's nitpicking, but I don't feel like those games deserve numbers because
They don't.
They
They're
should have
not-
just been referred to as an offshoot as online.
So when you take Final Fantasy 11, which I automatically feel like should have never gotten a number, and put the battle system in 12, you already have a markdown from me. And
Now, see,
Well, the worst part is, with the battle system, you can only control one character at a time, and you have to set up things that they call gambits for your other characters.
that doesn't
Which-
bother me.
In a sense, you're playing FF11 still.
The reason that
Because
doesn't bother
you
me
don't
is
really
because
control your other characters. It's
I
more
play
like
Tails.
they're running around with...
I play Tails and Star Ocean, so I've been dealing with gambits since fucking
Well, no,
Super
it's
Nintendo.
just with the battle system and stuff. It almost makes you feel like you're playing 11 just without the ability to interact with anybody else.
I didn't
Yeah.
feel like I was playing 11 without the ability to feel like I wasn't interacting with anyone else because I never played 11. So 12 was 12's battle system to me.
I spent a long time on FF11. I never got past level 25 for very long
Well, see,
because
I had
D levels.
those issues where
Thank God they got rid of that shit.
money couldn't pay to do it, so never got around to it.
Battle system sucks. Move on.
Well, as for me, I'm completely negative on gameplay for this.
Yep.
I didn't like that the city was like, now I only got to play it for like the first city, but the city was large and confusing. There seemed to be very little direction. I didn't like the way that when I went out to the world map, all the enemies were there. And yeah, okay, for some reason, I'm okay with it on 13. Seeing the enemies didn't bother me, but for some reason, seeing the enemies on the world map in 12 felt awkward.
The thing is, with 13, when you hit an enemy on the world map, you went to a battle screen.
Yeah. I don't
on
like...
12, you fight the enemies on the world map. And God help you if you happen to try and run away from one.
Yeah.
And there just happens to be 20 enemies floating around that like to link onto enemies.
Not to mention the camera.
And the camera. Yeah, because that camera will fuck you hardcore.
Yes.
I don't play MMOs. So the fact that it played like an MMO, that's another drop for me. I don't like the license system because I did have a little bit of experience with it. I turned the game on. I got some money. I went into town. I bought some armor. I couldn't wear it.
Because you
and
didn't
I
have
was
a
like,
license.
what? So I go into the thing and I transfer some points and I get a license to put on a boot. And then I put on a boot. And I was like...
And it's no longer sitting on your head.
And I was like, oh shit. Because then it dawned on me. Boot, hat, armor, gloves, accessory. Now, my life is low. I need to heal. I don't have the potion license. I need to get a license to use the item to heal my person. Now, that's all the further I got with this experience before I was like, oh, I don't like this. And I was done.
When they were going through the tutorial
for me,
explaining the license,
gameplay is completely negative.
No, I didn't skip right through it because when I play a game for the first time and it gives you the tutorial, I do go through it because I'm like, because I've never played.
How the fuck do I do this?
So when they brought up the licenses, I was reading the tutorial and what they wanted from me. I was like, why? I've played Final Fantasy for years and I've never
had to go grind for 20 minutes to learn how to use a potion.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
MMO. Final Fantasy 12 was an MMO that you play by yourself.
Yeah.
That's what it is. MMOs are like that, man.
Massively single offline player.
Yeah, you get like a whole bunch of different skills, and MMOs are weird like that. Like there are classes, and I don't know about every single one, but there are ones that I've played where you have to level up to use items.
Yeah,
and you have to level up to wear certain armors. Yeah. So you have to level up to get certain weapons. You have to level up in the skill trees of certain weapons and certain armors.
For my Dragoon in 14, I had a weapon.
12.
I had a weapon I couldn't equip because it wasn't a high enough level.
Yeah, and then I forced you to get levels, and you're like, suddenly I can use this stabby thing that Nick bought me. Yay!
12 was a massive multiplayer online single player mode.
Now get level 50 so that way we can work on your relic.
Offline. So I was done with it. Like that.
I need you to get back on.
That killed me.
I have been on.
I'm negative.
Every Saturday
what are you?
For about 20
minutes.
I'm
sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm negative. What are you?
Negative. Neutral?
If you want to defend it, defend it.
I like the game.
Nick,
I'm positive.
You already know my answer.
Negative.
I have to say I'm neutral.
Neutral. Fine. That's three
there
negatives.
There were parts that I did not like for example the camera, or having to run away from T-Rex, or having to kill massive amounts of wolves just to wear a hat, as you so aptly put.
Mm-hmm.
But I did give the game a chance. I knew I would have to grind.
Don't get me wrong.
But he also plays EverQuest.
Did, yes.
So did I. But
before I won my bet with you.
Except for that time that I drowned because
I thought about it. I thought about going back and giving it one more chance. I really did. And I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off until eventually I won the bet.
But here's the thing.
So now I can't play.
I gave the game a fair chance. I progressed fairly deep into it until all of a sudden I hit a dead stop. Called a turtle.
I will actually admit this, and I'm going to put Bill into this too.
T-Rex hit me.
We didn't give it a fair shot.
Instead, I got pissed off.
We saw something we didn't like. We gave up. So,
but
to be fair,
hold on.
It could have been at least halfway decent.
Let me
if we would have gave it a shot.
No, I don't think it would have, because it still harbors the same thing. It plays like an MMO. Since I don't play MMOs, it's not about a fair shot at all. It's just not my game.
Okay, I've played
this
MMOs,
game might have merit for some people. If you like playing games like EverQuest and Final Fantasy XI, then maybe Final Fantasy XII is not that much of a stretch. Because I talked to you and said, do you like playing Final Fantasy XI? Back when you first turned it on, you were like, it's kind of cool. And I was like, how many people are you playing with? And I remember that first day you were like, me. And I was like, you ran around by yourself for fucking 5 hours? And you were like, well, yeah, I was level grinding and shit. And I was like, oh, Final Fantasy XII. And it wasn't too much longer after I'd made that comment that you stopped playing the game.
See,
because that game is
I
meant to
started
be
11
played
by
with
myself.
people.
I started 14 by myself.
But the thing is, when I started 11 by myself, I was running around as a red mage, and I just happened to see somebody run by getting their shit kicked in. I threw some cure spells at him. Bam, I made a friend. And then I got invited to a link shell. So I had a bunch of friends.
So he had
but
playing the game with people.
But I never met any of them in real life. So I didn't have any of my, real life friends playing with me.
That's
Ducky and Jeremy had quit playing, but when they got back on, I was on a different server.
It makes it different with 14 because I play with you and Scott.
See,
and you guys, because you play with me, you also play with some of the crew out of my Skype group.
Who I've actually talked to, and
Yeah, him and Scott are both in my Skype group.
So in terms of giving it like that I'm not
There's
fair
never
to
on.
it. It's not my game.
Now,
had the battle system,
That's the question.
no, I always said that I won't give an unbiased review, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not unbiased because I can see where your merit lies in this game, but it is simply not my game. And I've been fair with every score I've given.
I think that's a fair argument.
Let me rephrase my statement.
Not every game will you like. That's
I
just the way it is.
Did not give it a fair chance. I got 6+ hours into it and got tired of it. And then I took it out of the PlayStation. I put it back into its case. I put it on the shelf and forgot I had it.
I mean, there are games that you play
that you don't like.
That I'm like, how the fuck can you play that game?
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. People are different, and that is the reason for the grading scale being the way it is. That I try to get 4 or 5 people. Because
you bring that up
some people are going to like it and some people are going to hate it. And I don't like doing one of these reviews without somebody in the room that can talk for the game. Because like with Final Fantasy Tactics, I said on Final Fantasy Tactics, I like parts of it. I hate that game.
That's the reason why I was not.
You don't like that game.
I hate that game 100%. That's why I was not in that episode.
Wait a second. I was the one talking for Tactics in that one, wasn't I?
Were you in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah,
it.
it
I
was-
wasn't
it
in
was
it.
I invited Spencer on purpose because I didn't have enough people to talk good for it.
And you were talking good for it.
Yeah,
I
Greg
think
was.
I was talking
I
good
skipped
for
it because
So,
I hate
was
it.
I?
This
Greg
is
was.
this
Greg
is
was too.
purposely this has
Yeah.
purposely been the format of the show for
It's
a
really
long
sick
time.
too.
Is to try to get fair
Because
scores.
it's
So
an
while
RTS.
everybody knows I'm not giving this
No,
a
it's not
fucking
an
You know
five.
what I meant? It's a strategy game,
Yeah.
and it's sick because I hate
It's an
tactics.
SRPG,
I hate tactics, but I like Disgaea.
which is weird because Disgaea is an SRPG.
I like Disgaea.
Yeah, but that's like I like Fire Emblem and I fucking love Shining Force originals, but I don't care at all
Neo.
for tactics.
See, and I absolutely hate Fire Emblem, and I love Shining Force, and I like Tactics.
So it's the way
I think Fire
people
Emblem-
are,
I
man.
don't like
Not
the
everything
permadeath.
clicks with everybody.
Because if I'm going to sit there...
That's why you play Awakening. You can actually change it to where you don't have permadeath.
Someone buy it for me and I'll play it.
It
How's
came
that?
preloaded on the DS you bought.
No, it didn't.
How did it not? That's
Because
the Fire Emblem DS.
It was a third source owned DS.
And
That
had already
Meaning
deleted
somebody
it.
got it and then got
Being
pissed
the
off
first
at
person
it.
that
Oh,
bought
fuck
it, that
that.
sold it to my boss
There you
over
go.
at GameStop,
So he kind of got pooped.
and
on.
then I got that from him.
It's a
so
shame,
yeah.
I can let you
because-
borrow it. I own it physically. I can let you borrow it.
Fire
Give it a
Emblem,
shot.
Fire Emblem Awakening
I'm
is
still playing
actually
Persona Q.
it is so good. It is so good that it has caused the Star Wars divide. People that like Fire Emblem see people that like fucking Fire Emblem Awakening, and they're like, you aren't real fans.
Yep.
You don't even know what Fire Emblem means. And then the people that like Awakening are like, you're just mad that your game is finally good and all the other ones have been shitty. And they're like, fuck you! No, fuck you! And then it causes the fucking Star Wars, Star Trek divide. Original series on this side, New Age series on this side, nobody interacts.
I can't...
So wait,
with
where's the Star Trek divide hit? Like, how...
Next generation.
Oh,
and the original series.
okay.
That's the divide.
Star
Right?
Trek has multiple.
Yeah,
divides.
Star Trek
Now
has
it's a lot
divides.
bigger, but the original divide
Was
started when
Next Generation and the original
came out.
series. Yeah.
Which
Because
for me, it
you
was
had people,
always going to be
you had
Next
people who
Generation.
grew up with the original series not liking Next Generation, but for us, we grew up with Next Generation
Except
and
Bill-
Voyager and Deep Space Nine
I watched both at the
and
same time
Enterprise.
because I was
still
lucky
haven't
enough.
watched all of
I was
Enterprise.
lucky enough to have the original series that played on fucking TV.
My parents
So I
watched it, but
watched
they
them
never
both.
they never had anything of it. So I never grew up watching the original series.
So guess what? We're now on story.
That's what I was about to say. Story. So I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna pass this to Spencer because I don't know dick.
I
about
know
the
nothing.
story.
Do you want to know what my remembrance of story is? Some shit happens, some stuff goes boom. Hey, we're a sky pirate. Well, not really, but we kind of are because we want to be sky pirates.
We
Oh,
run
look,
into a
there's an
turtle.
actual sky pirate.
I can tell you this. I was
Let's go fight
told,
a judge, and
I
that's
was
all I
told-
remember.
told the story was very forgettable.
It's political. I read a synopsis on the story before coming in here just so I could be slightly prepared.
I should have done that. Shit.
And it's extraordinarily political. It's like a fucking princess, and she has to
Yeah.
be there for her people, and then the war happens, and the war is actually kind of a front for a giant political fight, basically, and then there's this... And then, literally, the biggest screw-up in the whole story is that the main character, and I'm sorry, no matter how much you hate him, the main character is Vaughn, he serves zero purpose to the plot.
He really does. Yes.
He wants to be a space pirate.
Sky pirate.
There's a fucking political...
This isn't Bebop, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Butt pirate.
There's a political war
This is
taking
not
place,
Space Pirate, Sarah. Do
and
not
he
Google
has
that.
nothing
I have
to do with it.
So does Bill.
He has nothing
That's
to
the
do
reason
with
why.
I used to have it.
I have it because I'm the one that gave it to Bill. Anyway.
And then yeah. So I've never. So I'm not saying that I couldn't understand the story. I'm not stupid.
You didn't have to be stupid to
I
not
just-
understand that
I
story.
just-
I've heard that
That-
the main guy, the
that
main
story-
bad guy, is really well done.
The final boss, the main bad guy, was probably the shining light for the story mode of 12, because he was very big in his convictions for what he was trying to do. Okay, we talk about main villains that have their viewpoint and they're gonna do it, and for the most part, 12 lived up to that. Fucking
Can I ask this? Was
Kefka wanted to destroy the world. What the fuck did Kefka do? He blew up the fucking world and remade it in his image because he's clown god.
Because he's clown guy.
You don't mess with Clown
No,
Guy.
it's because he is the only Class 3 villain
Now, let
we've
me ask
ever
you
seen.
this.
That's why.
I want to ask you,
Clown.
was he a villain that because he wanted to do something, it made him a bad guy because of his act, the way he saw it out?
He started a war with the main kingdom so that he could take over the entire world. He was a bad guy from the beginning.
Okay.
There was no
There was no sense of justice. It's like, I'm going to take this shit.
I actually watch Chibi Nico on YouTube all the time, and she makes a comment about this guy that the biggest problem is while the character is crafted nicely, like there may as well be somebody in the background screaming every time he's on screen, like, "That's the villain! Pay attention!
it's very-
He is the bad guy!"
So
Because the first time you meet him, you're like, okay. You don't have any predisposition that that's going to be the final opponent of the game at all. But I don't know. I thought the final boss was good. Jeremy's final boss was an Adamantoise.
Yes.
What should have probably been my final boss is a giant T-Rex, but instead I went grinding for several hours to go kick it in the fucking dick. And his dinosaur dicks got destroyed.
I will say, I can
Multiple
tell
times.
you why I stuck with 12 and beat it the first time. Not just because I was okay with the battle system and all that. Final Fantasy 12 takes place in the same world that Final Fantasy Tactics takes place
Yep.
in.
Okay.
Yes.
And
And if you're a Tactics fan, then it makes sense. But since I hate Tactics, I don't give a fuck what world it's in. I just don't like that game. I had a hard time with 12. So
Okay, people.
let's score this
Is it time
game.
to score?
And we're gonna start with Jeremy.
Okay, I already have it. It's a 1.9.
That's okay. Fine. Nick.
0.5.
Spence.
This is on a 1 to 5 scale, right?
The only reason why he gets a 0.5 is because some of the limit breaks were cool.
So 1.9 for
But
Jeremy.
they threw out every single one of my summons that I recognized.
Calculator. Hang on a second.
I've got it. I'm just waiting for scores.
I'm gonna give the
I was about
game
to say, I got it.
a 3. It's not
Wow.
the best game I've ever played. It's not the worst game I've ever played. I enjoyed it for the most part. I will give it a down the middle average score.
Go ahead, Nick. Bill. What do you give it?
We all know you can't add. Just give a score.
Into the bill brain, it is going to die.
1.5.
Hey, it is a 1.5.
Now,
Shane?
You're kidding me, right?
1.3.
I'm the asshole of the group, so it's okay.
I can't rate it.
I didn't give it a fair
I can't
shot.
give it a 0 because there are parts of it that stand out, and I can't be completely biased because the truth of it is, like I said, it plays with an online system. Well, I'm not an online guy. I don't fucking play Star Trek Online or Star Wars Online
Don't
or
play
WoW
Star
or
Trek
EverQuest or anything like that. It's not me. So because of that, I can't completely disregard the game, but I have to be true to me in general. So Final Fantasy 12 gets a stunning
1.64.
1.64.
So, with that being said, join us next time as we delve deep into the story and the beauty that is Final Fantasy 13.
Bring in the haterade! Hopes